Alright, you're gonna have to deal with the awful camera angle. eBay's new listing format is broken. I have been complaining about this on Discord. I've been complaining about this everywhere. I would like to try and show very quickly why it is broken. So we list hundreds of items every single week on eBay, but this week I don't think it's going to be possible. I've listed 5 items and it's taken me about 40 to 50 minutes. So here are all of my images for all of the items that I need to list this week. Just most of them, at least. And I'm going to go in here and grab my 2 images of my... Oh, notice that? So I deleted these images. So this doesn't happen every time, so I'm glad. I just removed these 2 images and I added 2 new images. However, neither of them are here because I would like to point out. So let me delete them again. Okay, now it's going to show my images. The images that were there are these 2. Okay, but the images I described are this Brock at the very end and then the back of the Brock at the start of the next line. Okay, do we see that? So let's upload those. Okay, so we have those. Now I'm going to change it from Honey Chilling Rain to Brock's Grit XY Evolutions Ultra Rare Full Art number. This is 107 and the cert ends in 11. This is no longer a CGC 9 mint. This is actually a CGC 8.5. So we're just going to do that. We're going to copy it. We're going to go down into the description. We're going to paste it. And now we have to add item specifics. However, now we need to wait for eBay to do something. I don't know what exactly is happening here, but now we have to wait because the item specifics right now are going to say, you know, the card is Honey from Chilling Rain, you know, all of that stuff. A lot of it's going to be the same. It's still an ultra rare. It's still a full art. However, I need to change the grade. So here we go. So that took about 30 seconds, I would guess. We need to change the set. Okay, we will do that. But the grade, it's no longer okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So it's a 9 with CGC, okay? That should be visible here. So it's a 9 with CGC. It's still a CGC graded card, right? The last one was a Honey 9. This is a Brock's Grit 8.5. Okay, so we're going to change it from a 9. We're going to scroll down, 8.5. Oh. Unfortunately, so right now it's more broken than it normally is. Normally what happens is you click 8.5 and then it changes the grading company from CGC to the card is actually no longer graded at all. But what's happening now is if you change any item specific whatsoever from a drop-down list. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, great. So it's an 8.5, but now this the professional grader, right, which was CGC and still is CGC, got removed. So now I have to go down here and click CGC again. Okay, so these are all the same. Now this changed from, I don't know what it was before, but now it's an 8+. I'm guessing that's because we listed a CGC 8 or something in the past, and it has taken upon itself to take the title and decide that actually the age level is 8+. I don't know what the age level is for Pokemon. I have no idea, but that's an unnecessary item specific, and it's just going to make it harder for the customer to find the actual card that they want. So let's call this Brock's Grit. Card name is actually not there. So they have really niche cards, but they don't have Brock's Grit. Do they have Brock as a character? They do. Do you know who they don't have? Misty. Misty is not a character, according to eBay. Okay, so now this is important. Is this going to work? Changing the set. This hasn't worked for the last hour. So this was Sword and Shield Chilling Rain. That's where the Honey was from. Now this is from Evolutions. So we're going to click on Evolutions. Ooh, it actually worked. So what's been happening is the entire page freezes, actually. And then I cannot list because right here, about halfway through the description, instead of it loading the page, it all goes completely white. On top of that, so we have to schedule all of our listings. Before, you could just have a little drop-down menu and you would change it from, you know, this listing is going to be at 12:05 because the previous listing was at 12:04. We schedule our listings once per minute. You used to be able to just click and then it would bring you a drop-down menu, and then you would just bring it to the next minute. But now you have to go to the left side of your screen to click on the time. To go down to the bottom of your screen, you have to click, so you're now 2 clicks in. You have to scroll down to the next minute, so that's 3 clicks, and you have to go up to the top right of your screen. That is 4 clicks. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see if listing it actually works. About 10% of the time, I would say, 10 to 15% of the time, it actually doesn't. You don't get, your item just doesn't get listed. So now we're going to create a similar item. It takes a long time. We have good internet here, so I don't know what's taking so long. Another issue, so here we have a Misty card. All of these item specifics are going to be basically the same, so this shouldn't really take any time at all. If you were to put, let's say that this is from Gym Heroes, okay, let's just lie really quick and say that this is a Misty card, Misty Gym Heroes. And we're just going to list it. Remind me to change that. Okay, Misty Gym Heroes, which obviously it isn't. That's not really what the listing is going to look like. If you come down to the item specifics, do they do it? No. Oftentimes, is it stage? No, card type. One of these item specifics will just change it to say the word hero. No, it's a hero card. The worst part about eBay's listing system right now is that the issues that you're running into are not consistent. It changes every single time that you list. Sometimes the problem will happen, sometimes it won't. So unfortunately, it didn't happen this time. But some other issues, as you noticed, did happen, right? Like when I deleted the images and then they were gone. So then I grabbed, a couple new images. And then they didn't load. The previous images stayed for some reason. So that's really upsetting. But if the bugs and the issues that I were running into were consistent, that'd be a lot easier to deal with. I wrote this. This was the very first day that I had eBay specifics, or the new eBay listing system. And I started writing all the issues that I was running into. And these are like actual issues, right? So what was happening and what sometimes happens now is when you do go to load an image, because you can't continue in the process, you can't fill out item specifics or anything on this eBay format if your images are not done loading. So what would happen sometimes, and what was happening very often and still happens sometimes, that was really quick, but it would take 30 to 60 seconds just for your 2 images to load so that you could actually get into the process of creating your listing, which does include needing to wait for the item specifics to change, because right now I can change them, but if I need to change it, like, oh, this isn't a CGC 8.5, this is actually a CGC 9, very small change, the item specifics go away. I cannot continue on my listing. What's actually happened now, it looks like, let me see, yep, the entire page has reloaded. So now it's not a CGC 8.5 or not CGC 9, even though I just changed that. I now have to change it back again. Scroll back down. Will it reload the entire web page? Let's see. There you go. So it actually didn't that time. Okay. So here are my issues that I've run into. Images take too long to load because it hinders the entire process. If you have an image that is loading, right? So this is our image that we have on the 3rd image of every listing, right? Because you have the front, the back, and then our want to be in an auction block image. This goes on the end. So let's say that I upload the images and, the back image is still loading, but I want to try and, I'm trying to go quickly. So I move this image all the way back here, and then I scroll down, and then I try and, do what I can to edit my listing, because the item specifics will not load while the image is loading for some reason. But I can change the description, I can change the time that it's listed, and then I come back up, and then it shows, because I move this back here, here's the front image, then the back image, and then the 3rd image, our like little bumper image. It will look like this. You just have to take my word for it. You'll have a front, a back, and then our 3rd image. You will list it. When you go to look at the image or your listing, when you go to look at your listing, your front image will actually be your 3rd image. I'm kind of just, this is a pretty specific issue. But if you move any images around, that's what I'm just trying to say, is if you move any images around before the image, or before the image is actually loaded, it won't save it. It will not save it. It will show you that it is saved. It will not be saved. You have to go back and edit it. Item specifics take forever to load. Too much downtime. Far too much downtime. As you guys saw, it takes about 15 to 30 seconds normally. Sometimes it's been over a minute just for this part to load. Even though it's just fetching item specifics from my last listing. I don't know why it takes so long. Specialty item gets, okay, so this gets filled if you put, I'm trying to think, like EX Sandstorm, right? Just for example, EX Sandstorm, that's the set name. It will actually say that the specialty is EX, which it isn't, right? Like if I have an EV common card from EX Sandstorm, it's just a common EV. There's nothing special. It's not a legend card. It's not a break card. It's not a prime card. It's not an EX card. It will put EX in the title. I don't know why. A lot of the sets will get auto-filled. It's really bad. Okay. Changing the grade, like I said, if I'm changing, my last listing was an 8.5. This is a 9. Why can I not just change this to a 9? It's still a CGC graded card. Now I have to sit here and have to wait. And then I have to click and I type CGC, click CGC, and then it's saved. Sometimes even doing that will crash the entire page. It will reload automatically. There's nothing you can do about it. It's so finicky. Randomly, any time that you click, you're playing Russian roulette, except instead of 1 in 6, it's 1 in 50. Okay. I have here, if Pokemon name is wrong, you cannot change it. I think that means, like, if you have a card name, like, I think that, like, Rose, for example, like a full art trainer, Rose, right? He's not in here. The card name, oh, well, it is. Okay, I'm trying to think of a good example. But let's say that the name Rose wasn't in this list. You cannot add it. You cannot. There's a few Pokemon, a lot of like the newer Pokemon are not in this card name section. You cannot add it. Except you can add it for the character name. I don't know why. If Rose wasn't in this list, which it isn't, you can actually just click a little plus sign. The card name, for some reason, you see, there's like, if you type in, well, now you can. Okay, they changed it, I guess. Phenomenal. Yeah, you have to click into everything. Before, it was just, you would just type in stuff. You would type in that it's an ultra rare, but now you have to click and you have to search. Okay, features. What does features mean? Before, it would automatically recommend, like, oh, this is a full art card, so you should, it suggests to you that you should call it a full art in the features. But let's say you have a promo card. Is that a feature? Is a feature that it's a promotional card? Is a feature that it's textured? Like, okay, so is it textured? Okay, let's see. No. Okay, that's not. Okay, what about like a half art? No. Okay. Maybe like a promo there it is. It is a promo. That is a feature. There's no way to know. You have to just type in words that your card could be or scroll through this list of 100 options. I don't completely understand. Like what strange specific features? Speed dual starter deck is a feature? Cell sheet is a feature? Prize card is a feature? Limited edition? That makes sense. Full art, extended art? Okay. Oh, so maybe it wasn't extended art. It was half art. That's what I meant to say. Why? What is this? Who's going to scroll through this to find one of their 100 items? Okay. Just know that I gave up on this list because I was wasting far too much time. This is very specific to Apple. Apple will now try and like autofill stuff in a really kind of lame way where you have to really fight with Apple's like autofill feature. The age level resets. It takes 4 clicks to change scheduled listing time. I think we checked, and I think it is 4. It might be 5. And also at the end, when you do go to list, it says, to improve your chances of selling, we may send offers from buyers that you can choose to accept or decline. This is... I don't understand what this says. That's why I wrote this. I don't know why it says this here, because that you have an option as a seller to choose if you want offers on or not. We have offers. Do not allow offers. We do consignment. We do not choose the prices of our stuff. We let it go to auction. What it sells for is what it sells for. We will not take offers. So why, if I say do not allow offers, why is it saying that actually we may send you offers just in case? I don't understand that. There are so many issues with this. I really wish some of the bigger issues were present right now. I promise it's not fixed. As you saw twice during this video, things just wouldn't load. Also, some stuff, if you were to refresh the page, if the page were to crash, it's you're playing Russian roulette. Sometimes some stuff changes, sometimes some stuff doesn't. Like right now, all the item specifics saved. Normally they don't. Normally it's just the item description and the item title, and the images are normally what saves. Normally none of the item specifics save. So I just wasted 16 minutes recording this video to say this sucks. This is so bad. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to be able to list the items that I need to list today, because we have, as you can see, this is about 300 items that I need to get done. And oh, it happened again. You guys see that? I deleted the images so that I could upload my 2 images here of Brock, or no, of Misty, I believe. And it just didn't work. So I'm tempted to just record myself trying my best to list and then just put together like a highlight reel over the course of a work day to see how many bugs and how many issues I can catch, because it's pretty unbearable at this point. Some days are worse than others. Today is a very bad day. Now we wait. There we go. We're going to change this back to an 8.5. Yeah, it's an 8.5. Now I have to sit here. We have to wait for it to get rid of the grading company for some reason, even though that didn't change. The grade changed. I don't know why the grading company changed. That doesn't make any sense to me. The card, or the character, doesn't exist, even though you would think I've listed 100 Misty cards. You think eBay would like, wait, whoops. Like none of these are here. You have to do so much extra work for eBay. It doesn't make any sense. Features. Okay, guys, you're listing a card. What features does this card have? Let's go through this entire list and spend 15 minutes deciding if it's a unique art. Is it a unique art? It was only released for Evolutions in CP6. Is it a unique art? I don't know what that means. So normally I just do full art. I get out of it, because I'm telling you guys, the more time you spend on this page, the more likely it is to just refresh out of nowhere, to just decide it doesn't want anything to do with your listing. It is extremely painful. So while I would like to have perfect item specifics, and while I would like to make that work, it's just gonna, okay, let's see if it actually lists this time. Okay, it did. Nice. Yeah, so while I would like our listings to look better, and while I would like to have more item specifics than other people, because item specifics are how you get customers that are looking at your item that actually want your item, that aren't being misled into clicking on your item because they think it's something else. But eBay is forcing us to not have correct item specifics, specifically in instances where changing the set, completely crashes and freezes the entire page, which was happening earlier and now it isn't. And I don't know why. I don't know how to fix it. I've tried, having this be the only web page that's open. I normally have like 6 pages that are open because it really helps with like workflow. I've tried connecting to Wi-Fi. I've tried connecting directly through Ethernet to see if it's like an internet issue. I don't know. That's my guess. My guess, if you want my theory after 20 minutes, I don't know who would watch this. I don't know what niche you need to be in to really care about this stuff, but my guess is that this is all has to do with the eBay vault, and I'm guessing that when they get a card in, they don't want to do any work. eBay does not want to do work. They are not a card company. They are a tech company. So what they want is that the item specifics, they don't trust you as the seller to do correct item specifics, so they're going to force it for you, which does require like a consistent internet connection. 100%. You cannot have a millisecond of downtime because you are connected to their like database of card names, character names, features, sets, all this stuff. And so when the card does sell, and let's say it does sell for over whatever price amount it needs to sell for in order to be able to be put into the eBay vault, the work's already done for them. They don't need to say like, oh, this is Jimmy's card. Let's look. Okay, it's a Charizard. It's from base set. It's shadowless. It is first edition. They don't need to do any of that because it's already on the card. It's already on the listing. You know, when it shows up, they just print out a little slip or something, I'm guessing, and they just stick it on the card. And it says the set, the cert number, the everything, the grading company. That's my guess. I don't know. I think I'm done rambling at this point, but I'm extremely frustrated with eBay's listing system. I think that they also want you to move over to mobile for some reason. I don't know. I think that if you're on the app, you're more likely to like want to buy stuff if you're listing through the app, then like maybe you're going to check like your watch list. I don't know. This sucks so bad. It was worse before I started recording, which makes me feel kind of dumb. But I mean, you guys saw just like the small little frustrating things. The page will refresh out of nowhere. The page will just not load. The images will delete themselves. It's all really bad. Oh, like what just happened there? I deleted these images and they're back. So now I have to go back and then I don't know. It's unbearable. It's so bad. So eBay, please, dude, please, God, help us. Okay. Thank you. Bye.